Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, July 17th, 2012. This is Jennifer. Let's get started. I have a ton of stuff to show you guys. First of all, I finished a Lioness blanket that I have been crocheting on forever. This is a sideways shell I started like 3 months ago, and it's just all bright, very scrappy, and it's just got a little bit of everything. I tried to stick with all the colors in this crayon. This is a red heart. I think it's called crayon. We have Linus on Saturday, so this will go out Saturday. I also have a couple of quilt tops that I made last month that I need to get quilted that hopefully will be done, quilted and bound and ready to go by Saturday. Another thing I did this week is I made a couple of belts for my husband. He doesn't really like belts with buckles. So I had made him a belt previously where I recycled an old belt and I bought this belt fabric. You can buy this on the yard at Joann's. It's just an all-natural cotton. So he's been wearing this one for a while and he really likes it. He wanted a couple more, but they didn't have this in any other colors that wasn't like a nylon. Cat. I'm being photobombed by cat. But they didn't have any other colors in the cotton. They had some nylon ones and they were kind of, you know, not good for a belt. They'd be really slippery or whatever. So what I did was I bought yardage of more of this plain cotton and I dyed it. So I did one this is chocolate brown, and this is just RIT dye. I dyed it on my stovetop, and I did it for the maximum time, and I used the salt and everything. And these have actually been washed in the washing machine too. So this is dyed and already washed. And then I did one in this dark, this is sort of a dark green. I don't know if you can see the green or not. You can see it better next to the brown. So now he's got 3 belts, and they're all the same width, same fabric, but these 2 were dyed and this one was not. So what I do is I serge this part. This one's actually zigzag because I didn't have my serger when I made this one. And then you can see I used a different color bobbin, so you can see the way I secured that. I just go back and forth and make sure it's really secure. And I like to leave room in here so these are easy to manipulate when he's actually closing the belt. The next thing's a little bit unusual for me. I saw a project on Pinterest that I thought was really cute and I wanted to give it a shot. So this was a free pattern from a website called makebra.com, and it's they have all these awesome patterns that you can buy for making your own custom bras. So I haven't gotten that far yet, but I did want to try their free pattern, and this is the free pattern for Hipster Panties. Little too much information. If you don't want to hear this part, fast forward about 30 seconds. I don't wear hipster panties, but I did alter this pattern a little bit just to try it out, and I recycled a pair of pajama pants that didn't fit anyone anymore, and I made these. So these are sort of bikini. I used a different elastic. It's not as soft as I would like, so next time I'm at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or somewhere, I'm going to pick up some lingerie elastic, which is really, really soft. This is just regular elastic, like you'd put in anything, and it's just sewn on the top. They actually folded it over, but it was too thick for me to do that, so I just sewed it right on the top. And the thing is you sew it on, but you don't stretch the elastic so that the elastic and the fabric stretch together. And I will not be giving you a demonstration of these because nobody needs to see that. But they made it pretty quick. It probably took me about 45 minutes to make them, and I think this, if I did it again, it would go much faster because I know the order that everything goes in now and all of that, and all the troubleshooting part's over. So, and also I think if I had a softer elastic, it would sew a lot faster than the stiffer elastic that I used. You can see over my shoulder my tote bag that is for the Tote Bag Swap, which I am probably going to mail today or tomorrow. I have my partner's name, and I'm going to put a few more goodies in, especially for her, and I can't wait to get that in the mail because I know that this particular person is going to be so excited to get the tote bag, much less the stuff that's inside the tote bag, so I'm really excited to get to mail that and see what her reaction is. I'm working on a series of Texas patterns. This is by request. I've had a number of people recently ask for Texas patterns, a couple of people in specific, but it's actually come up from time to time over the years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 patterns at a time. I've actually drawn about 10 patterns. I've only got a couple ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to release 2 patterns at a time, and I'm going to call them Texas Twofers. So it's going to be 2 patterns that are Texas themed for $2. And right now I'm only going to sell them on Craftsy because it's by far the easiest place for me to sell multiple patterns. And it's by far the easiest place for me to sell stuff that's only a couple of dollars. I do have pattern hosting on my website, but what I will do is I'll wait till I get bigger sets and I'll put those on Sew Hooked. So for now, this is just on Craftsy. By the time this video is online, you should be able to purchase this set. This is Texas 2 for set number 1. And set number 1 includes a Texas flag. This is 5 by 8 when it's finished. And all the patterns are going to be either 5 by 5 or 5 by 8. Some will be mixed sets and some will be just 5 by 5. Probably none will be 5 by 8 and, you know, just by itself, but it'll be mixed sets. So the first one, 5 by 8. And every set is going to have one Texas themed and then one Texas. So this is the first Texas and this goes in the very first set. So for the first pattern set, you get the Texas state flag and you get this shape of Texas, which is just, it's sort of hard to tell because I used a batik that has a lot of print in it, but this is just one solid Texas. Subsequent pattern sets will have things like prickly pears and then a Texas that might have a star in it, or a Texas that has stripes. And so all of them will be one iconic Texas thing and one Texas shape that has something different inside of it. So I'm really excited about those. I've been having a lot of fun drawing those up. I will, like I said, be releasing those 2 at a time, 2 for $2. And then when I get a whole bunch of them, I'll probably sell bigger sets. But I'm just going to see how it goes and play this one by ear. This one is just for me for Sew Hooked and for fun, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I am a native Texan, born and raised in Texas. I've lived here all of my life except for a very short stint in California when I was right out of college with my husband. And other than that, I've been in Austin for about 14 years. So yeah, it's pretty exciting to get to do a series of Texas patterns. Lots of really fun iconic things and some really silly iconic things that I will be including in these pattern sets, so look forward to that. Quick Fandom and Stitches announcement. We are very excited, I should say I am very excited because I really am, to introduce a new designer she's a very established designer, but she's new to Fandom and Stitches. Her name is Angela, and I will put her information in the links here. She's doing a Super Mario quilt along on her website, and she has allowed us to post about it on Fandom and Stitches, and she's going to let us put all of her blocks for her quilt along on the Fandom and Stitches pattern archive. So under comics and video games will be a section for Super Mario Brothers, and all of her patterns will be there. The fun part for this for me is that these are not pay-per-view patterns. These are mosaic or pixel patterns, so they're all 1-inch block. Anyway, her technique's really cool. I will put, like I said, links to that Super Mario quilt along. You can also find that in the sidebar on Fandom and Stitches, so if I forget to put it in the description, it's on Fandom and Stitches. Check that out for sure. The first block's already out, so you get Mario first. And that's also linked on Fandom and Stitches on the pattern archive under comics and video games. I have some other things that I am working on that I can't show you yet. I love when that's going on because that means I have awesome secret things coming up that I get to share. Do you remember that thing that I was talking about in January that I couldn't tell you about until it was like April, and it was a big announcement? Something similar is happening again, so I will be able to share more on that with you in the coming next couple of months. So looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome and fun, and I hope you guys like what's coming out. Someone mentioned to me on Facebook that they were throwing their rotary cutter blades in the trash, and I just want to do a little safety message, a little PSA if you will, about throwing away sharps and rotary cutter blades. So if you have needles or pins that are broken or bent or damaged, don't put them in the trash just like that, because keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that goes in the trash goes to the dump, and there are animals that go through it, there are people that have to touch it, and somebody could get hurt. So when you throw away a sharp, like a pin, a needle, or whatever, put it in some kind of container. What I do is I have this little jar that I keep my broken needles in, or my bent ones, or just worn out, whatever. And then when I'm ready to throw these away, I usually, what I'll do is I'll take a padded envelope or some other little container that I can throw away, and I will put them in there and I will tape it up and I will write broken needles and things like that on it, so that when I throw it away, I don't have to worry about somebody sticking their hand in there and getting hurt. Also, for rotary cutters, if you have any kind of makeup container, or sometimes even like little prescription bottles, like bigger prescription bottles, you can put those in here. These are all dull rotary cutters. That shows you how long I've been quilting now. This is just a CoverGirl makeup, like powdered makeup container that's empty, and you can see that those fit in there really nicely. And when this gets full, I mean, this is years worth, but when this gets full, I will tape this all the way up and then throw this whole thing away. That way nobody sticks their hand in my trash and cuts their finger. You can get seriously injured from sticking your hand in the trash and hitting it on a blade, and I personally don't want to be responsible for accidentally hurting someone that way. So make sure you dispose of your quilting blades and your needles and your pins. Make sure you dispose of those really safely. And my daughter comes home tomorrow night from France. I'm super excited about that. So I'm very like all over the place. I've been running around doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I've been cleaning and dusting and rearranging things, and just like I have all this crazy nervous energy because I know that my daughter comes home and I haven't seen her in a week and a half. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to hear about her adventures in France and just everything that's gone on, and she's taken hundreds and hundreds of pictures, so we get to see those, and just super, super excited. So anyway, if you guys went to Ascendio this weekend, or if you went to Comic-Con this weekend, please post to Talk to Me Tuesday and tell us about the awesomeness. Also, before I forget, if you guys have been to fan conferences, whether it's like Comic-Con, a Harry Potter conference, an anime conference, whatever, if you have free swag that you have collected and you don't know what to do with it, I would love for you to share it for Fandom and Stitches for our monthly prize. If you guys have stuff, freebies, any kind of freebie, if it's related to movies, music, or books, let me know. Get in touch, Fandom and Stitches. You can email me, ofinjen@fandomandstitches.com. You can email me at any of my email addresses if you have any of them. And just mail those to me. Let me know that they're for Fandom and Stitches, and we will give them away as part of the monthly prize. The more awesome, fun stuff we have, the more we can give away. And the more we can give away, the more people are inclined to share their pictures. So I get to do great big Tuesday photo posts, which makes me totally happy. So anyway, I'm saying goodbye again for like the third time. So I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye.